Now, the Ravens. Heading into their Week 16 matchup against the Giants, the Ravens had lost 3 games in a row, including a drubbing at home to the Broncos the week before. While they still controlled their own destiny, the Ravens were mired in a slump. Well, you know what? That Friday, an email crossed Coach John Harbaugh's desk titled, "A Reason to Win." The email was from a fan. His name, Matthew Jeffers, a 21-year-old acting student at Towson State University who happens to suffer from skeletal dysplasia. Harbaugh was so moved by this email, he passed it along to his team. Here, in his own words, Matthew Jeffers gives the Ravens a reason to win.
To whom it may concern, my name is Matthew Jeffers. I'm a senior at Towson University majoring in acting, and I've been a diehard Ravens fan since Baltimore welcomed you with open arms in 1996.
He sends us a letter, and usually I don't get these letters, but you can send emails here at the Ravens, and frankly, they screen most of those. But this was one I read, and it just knocked me off my feet.
As you, the Ravens, continue to battle through tough losses and heated criticism.
The conversation has to shift to what needs to be done to get off this losing streak in time for the playoffs.
It sucks to lose 3 or 4 straight games.
Let me let you in on a little secret. Life doesn't care about streaks. It does not care if you want to win, if you need to win. At the end of the day, life is simply unfair. I'm short-statured. I'm 21 years old, but stand only at 4'2". Over my lifetime, I have endured 20 surgeries, some small, others life-threatening. I have had a tracheotomy. I have had blood transfusions. I had to learn how to walk again. My last surgery was in 2003, and I acquired the naive mindset that I was free from the bondage of heartache.
When you read the letter, it draws you in. We sent it to our guys, and our guys I get emails back right away. This is great, this is awesome, this is unbelievable.
Then, in 2011, my mother was diagnosed with a stage 4 brain tumor. As I write this, the doctors at Johns Hopkins are determining whether or not the next step should be hospice care. So you tell me, is life fair? When you give every ounce you have, and all you have to show for it is a loss in overtime, is that fair?
Then he hits you right between the eyes with the realities. That life does not care about feeling sorry for yourself, about self-pity. What it does respond to is a positive attitude.
Let me tell you this. The only disability in life is a bad attitude. The only disability in life is a bad attitude. A positive attitude is the most powerful combatant to life's misfortunes. The will to fight, the will to survive, to win.
I repeat, the only disability in life is a bad attitude. Life is your attitude, how you approach whatever happens to you. And I'll tell you, I get choked up talking about it.
When you play on Sunday, let it not be to silence the critics. Let it be a dedication to that simple yet powerful notion that life can be conquered with the right outlook. I promise you that everything else will take care of itself. Go get him on Sunday. I wish you all the best on your journey to the Lombardi.
The only disability in life is a bad attitude. I like that. Matthew and his father will be in New Orleans to watch their Ravens play for that Lombardi trophy.
When I was 5 months old, I encountered life's first speed bump. Over a period of a few days, I fell into respiratory distress, and my airway had collapsed. I mean, I was suffocating. And after being rushed in an ambulance to Johns Hopkins in the middle of the night, I received an emergency tracheotomy. For the first 7 years of my life, I lived with a tracheal tube. Now, for most people, those years are filled with laughter and joy and growth and play. For my family and I, those years were filled with surgeries and scares, and the unknown about if and how I would be able to breathe on my own again. It could have been a very dark act. But there was something different about my family's DNA. Our faith never wavered. Our positive attitude that things were going to turn out just fine never died. Until life's second speed bump presented itself a little ways down the road when I was diagnosed with a rare form of dwarfism. Talk about a game changer. I knew that I was ready for whatever that day would bring. That I could be a kid, that a measuring stick could only measure so much of what I had to offer. And this newfound positive attitude showed me that I had so much more to offer than what people thought. Hear me out. Here I was, a young kid, 7 years old, with a tracheal tube, a rare form of dwarfism. I had had more surgeries than I had friends. And the way people treated me sometimes made me feel like I was some science experiment that had gone terribly wrong. And it was on those days, the days that I sat by myself in the lunchroom, that my classmates wouldn't let me play basketball with them during recess, that some of my teachers would laugh along at my shortcomings. It was on those days that I realized just how bright my life was when I was wearing my armor, when I had that positive mindset, and that I had a choice on whether or not to put it on. It was during those days that I promised myself I would never again forget to put on my armor. I mean, a positive attitude? Come on. That was just something too valuable to leave hanging in my closet. So I stitched that bad boy onto my skin, and that armor that I wore gave me wings. And man, did I fly. I mean, after my last surgery in 2003, I was a bird taking flight. I had such a strong love for life and all that it had to offer me. I traveled the country playing competitive table tennis. I rekindled my love affair with basketball. I climbed the largest crater in the world. I found a passion for acting. I got bar mitzvah because I'm Jewish. I dated a couple of girls, and I fell in love. Twice. All the things that I was told I couldn't do, or I wouldn't do, or I shouldn't do, somehow I was finding a way to do them. I was on top of the world. In 2011, my mother was diagnosed with stage 4 brain cancer, and my family's plans changed quite drastically. They changed when the doctors shared with us the statistics that most people don't live a year, that only 9% survive 2 years. Plans of vacation were now plans of radiation. And suddenly, the hand that held mine through all of my surgeries was now in need of being held through hers. It could have been another very dark act. But you know what my mother said to my father and I when she saw those statistics? She smiled at us and said, "I'm going to beat this." Amazing. Amazing. She knew that while the bottom seemed to be falling out beneath her, that she could still control her attitude and how she dealt with her adversity. And I'm very proud to say that because of that attitude she had and that fight she possessed, she didn't make it to 2 years. She blasted past 2 years. She beat the odds and became that 9%. My last surgery was in 2003. And I acquired the naive mindset that I was freed from the bondage of heartache. I had the mindset that I had done my time. And then on June 25th, 2013, my mother lost her 2-year battle with brain cancer. So you tell me, is life fair? When characters exit in your play before they are supposed to, is that fair? We live in a painful world. I am not asking you to look through it with rose-colored glasses, but I am telling you this. The only disability in life is a bad attitude. A positive attitude is the most powerful combatant to life's drama. The way to fight, to survive, to win is with that positive attitude. Life can be conquered with the right outlook. You do that, and I promise you, that everything else will take care of itself. I wish you all the best on your journey to happiness and success.